Hi everybody, it's me, Greg Mannarino. How are you today? It is Thursday, May 14th, 2015. People, we really need to put a perspective on what is occurring right now with regard to the U.S. stock market. It is actually something so dangerous and is going to put so many people in a very desperate situation as we move forward that we really have to understand this. For a very long time, if you follow this blog, you know this is true. I have been saying that we are dealing with a runaway Federal Reserve who is nothing more than a serial bubble blower. In the history of finance or central banking or capital markets or debt markets, whichever you want to look at, we have never witnessed a situation like we're in right now. We are facing an event so epic. And again, I have spoken about this at length multiple times with regard to this debt bubble, which has inflated an equity bubble. This is really being done on purpose. But the perspective I want to put on this for you right now is, and I really want to try to make this clear, is the Federal Reserve at this point, in my opinion, has absolutely lost legitimacy and control of the capital markets and the debt markets. Let's just step back a moment and just remember what happened last week with regard, well, this week as well, with regard to bond yields. We were spiking rapidly. This spooked the markets. The markets began to sell off. Even CNBC was talking about bubbles and bubble talk. I spoke about this in just yesterday's video with regard to the debt market. It's incredible. Okay. So today, as I am doing this video blog, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up over 180 points, about 1%. What's driving this? Is it really good economic news? Absolutely not, because all we keep getting, as a matter of fact, retail has been abysmal. Retail accounts for about 70% of our economy. So if retail sales are falling off of a cliff, we're going nowhere. Just that was the title of a video I did with Greg Hunter just recently. So what's driving these markets, and this is the perspective I want you to understand, is a Federal Reserve that has lost credibility and has lost control. This is the news today. Unemployment claims fell. And all of a sudden the market's going to rally off of that? No. Let's look behind that just a little bit here. Wage growth stagnant, going nowhere. So despite unemployment claims that fell unexpectedly, by the way, we're not seeing this reflected in any kind of boost to the economy. You understand? So the reason why stocks are rallying today was because there is no way possible, and the market is starting to get it, that the Federal Reserve can raise interest rates. So with that said, it's like another injection of heroin to the market, and whammo, stocks rise. So what you need to understand, and this is another concept I've been speaking about for years now, the fundamentals that support this market are not there. They are not there. The fundamentals, as a matter of fact, are deteriorating as the stock market continues to rise. Now, we've been hearing from some pretty lofty people about how the stock market is overvalued. Janet Yellen herself came out and said that just last week. It rocked the markets. You remember all that? Robert Shiller, Nobel Prize-winning economist, also backed that up as well. Look, this is no secret to you, certainly no secret to me. If you follow this blog, you know where this is going here. So the mainstream pundits are pushing this narrative. They're saying that the stock market is rallying off of this unexpected fall in unemployment claims. This is an absolute in-your-face lie. If you're listening to that nonsense, it's not rallying off that at all. It's rallying off a Federal Reserve that is now insignificant to these markets because the market knows the Fed cannot raise rates, period, the end. Something I've been saying since forever now. They're starting to catch on to it. We've also seen the dollar continue its slide, something else I said would happen here. But But the perspective is this, people. We will more than likely continue to see this rift or this gap get wider and wider with regard to the fundamentals supporting this market, not just the stock market, it's the debt market, which is the biggest issue of them all. And the gyrations that we've seen lately let us know that something very ominous is lurking underneath the surface here. World central banks continuing to slash interest rates, go negative to keep the system propped up and functioning. The Federal Reserve is going to have to follow suit at one point as well. There is no doubt about it, because the system, you have to understand, is going to require larger and larger. The analogy I can think of is this: an infusion of drugs to keep it buoyed up. Otherwise, the entire thing is going to melt down, which is something they are scrambling to not allow happen, because the alternative is too horrible to contemplate. Speaking of that, I want to direct your attention to an article that just came out on InfoWars featuring me. So if you get a minute, and this should really put another perspective on this for you, and for all of us who get it, I mean, this kind of backs up everything that we believe in that article and the video connected to it as well. Please watch that. Take 2 minutes out of your day. Read that article on InfoWars. I'm going to place a link in the description of this video and in the comment section. I'm going to urge you all to do me a favor. Please share this video, share that article, because people, again, let's go back to a premise that I firmly believe in, and I've been saying this for years now. We are all responsible for each other. And if we can embrace that concept, we'll all be better off in the long run, because there's no way out of what is coming, people. It is going to be biblical what is coming. And I think you know that if you follow this blog, or you have even 1 or 2 functioning brain cells. And I know for a fact that if you're part of my team, you have a lot more than that. All right, with that said, before I continue going off on a tangent, check out that article on InfoWars. Again, there's a link down here in the comment section and in the description. Share this video. If you think this is important, please give me a thumbs up as well. Let's try to make a difference, really. It's up to us, and I think we can do it. With that said, I'll see you all soon. Over and out.